In this video, I'm gonna talk about a cultural phenomenon known as the nod. What is the nod? Where did it come from? Why do we do it? And what is its cultural significance? Come with me on this journey as I seek to find the answers. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Daddy Dougie, and I'm back here with another video. This one is called The Nod, and basically I want to break down what the nod is, how does it affect African American men, and what's the cultural significance of it. Just an acknowledgement of two men that have something in common. So what is the nod? According to the Urban Dictionary, their top definition of the nod is an act of recognition and respect that is accomplished by raising and lowering your head or nodding when you see an acquaintance in a public place and you want to show respect for their presence. So in other words,
nod is important. It's the internationally accepted yet unspoken sign of acknowledgement of black folks around the world.
Here's the deal. I was out a few weeks ago with my kids, and we were out in public. There's people passing by and whatnot, and my younger son, I think I was just having a conversation with him where I was explaining something, and out of nowhere, another brother was walking, and out of common courtesy, as he got next to me, I looked and we made eye contact, so I gave him the nod. And then I went back to talking to my son and explaining to him, and he was kind of like, "Dad, you know him?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know him." He was like, "Well, there's tons of people around here. You didn't say hi to nobody else but him. Like, why would you say hi to him if you didn't know him?" And I was like, because. And he was like, "No, I don't know. That's actually why I'm asking you. Like, why would you say hi to him?" And I started thinking about it, and I was like, for one, my children don't know about the nod.
I have failed!
So I'm gonna have to step my game up to educate them on that, especially my boys, because I feel like I just thought they would be doing that as they saw other black people, other brothers around them out and about in society, that they would be giving them nods, and they're not. And then two, I couldn't answer him, and that kind of made me feel kind of weird when he said, "Well, why would you do that?" I was like, I don't know why. It's just something I've been doing for years. I'm actually about to roll out and catch up with some of my folks so I can interview them, get their perspective, see what they have to say about the nod. Because quite honestly, I'm actually really curious to hear different people's opinions and see how they may have experienced situations with the nod. What do you think, YouTube? Have you guys experienced a situation with the nod? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Go ahead and comment that in the comment section down below. What up with it? What's up? All right, so I'm here with Will Ward from Will Ward Realty, a longtime friend of mine. We go way back. I just wanted to pick his brain real quick and ask him, what is your experience with the nod and that whole phenomenon, man?
So the head nod, man, I mean, my experience, I started with my uncle. And I always used to hang out with my uncle. My uncle was like the coolest dude ever, had the Rolex. I remember me and my brother were hanging out with him for the weekend. We just around people, walking through, the stadium or whatever, and just...
Oh, okay.
And we like, man, he got the Rolex, he got the camera, he's doing it, so I'm thinking like he knows everybody.
Yeah.
And when I see another black person,
that you give him,
what up?
Yeah, you give him that nod.
So I thought I was cool, but I think it's a lot deeper than just being cool.
Okay, so then what's the cultural significance you think of the nod?
For me, it's basically letting another brother know that I'm out here, I see you.
Okay.
If anything goes down, I got your back.
Okay, word.
And I think that's what it is. It's just that village mentality where, hey man, I'm here for you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that it even has to be, black people.
Mm-hmm.
I think, just acknowledgement as a man going through, like, hey man, what's up, respect, all of that stuff. And I don't think women are teaching their sons that, because that's not what their mom taught them.
Yeah.
And I think women do something different. I haven't caught on to it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that black women do.
Yeah.
To acknowledge each other.
But it's not that nod. Yeah.
It's a sense of community. And when I see other brothers and you do the head nod and they don't do it back, it's, for me, it feels like
a sign of disrespect.
It feels like disrespect.
Yeah.
So you definitely, you see another brother out there in the world, wherever we are. You know, I've been in the Dominican Republic. I've been in Cancun.
So you've noticed other parts of the country, other parts of the world. It's a thing.
Is for me, from what I've seen in my travels, I think the head nod is a worldwide thing.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know if that just goes back all the way back to Africa. Where that head nod is like, hey, I see you, man.
Okay. Tell the people where they can catch you at, man.
You can catch me on Instagram at William D. Ward Realtor, Facebook. Just look for me, William Ward. I'm online, WilliamDWardRealtor.com. I'm here for all your real estate needs, helping you buy, sell, or invest in pretty much all of Southern California, Orange County, Los Angeles, and the IE.
Hey, man, thanks for sitting down with me, dude. I appreciate it. And if this is your first time checking out one of our videos, do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. And if you're feeling what we're saying, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Hey, all right, what's up, man?
How you doing? Oh, what's up, dog?
Chilling. I'm here with my homeboy Steve from work. Steve, I appreciate you being here with me. I just wanted to pull you aside real quick and pick your brain. I'm talking to these people about the nod. What is your experience with the nod, man?
The nod, man. I've been doing it for a long time. I can't really explain why, but I will say you can feel that somebody else is going through what you're going through. Whether you're at a job, school. Sometimes we may feel like we're like the only ones, or we may feel like we're in this alone, especially at a job. You're like, man, nobody knows what I'm going through. No, the nod represents, hey, I know what you're going through, you know what I'm going through, and that's pretty much what the nod means for me.
Okay. So one thing I noticed is I feel like the nod's evolved from generation to generation. If I'm walking past an older gentleman and an OG or something, he'll give me a nod, he'll acknowledge me, but he might also say something like what's up, young blood, or hey now, or something like that. And then, so I find myself when I nod, especially to someone my age, I might nod and just give them like, what's up, or what's up, dog?
Definitely.
Just like a little bit of verbalization. And then younger kids, like a 20-year-old or something, they may not nod at all, or if they do, it's just simply just like, a tilt to the head.
Exactly.
Have you noticed like a transition with the nod from generation to generation?
Oh,
people of different ages?
Definitely, like you said.
And then which one do you typically do? Is it just a straight head movement, or do you like to say something with it, or?
I say something with it. Sometimes it's, hey, how you doing, brother?
Okay.
How you doing, sir? Most of the time, my pops always taught me manners and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially respecting your elders, and you respect what they may have seen, what they may have went through. But the nod represents us understanding each other and what we go through.
So lastly, in your opinion, what is the overall like cultural significance of the nod? Like, obviously other people from other cultures, they nod to each other, but I feel like in the black community between one brother to another, there's more of a significance, at least in my opinion. What's your opinion on this?
How you doing, brother? That's my brother. See what I'm saying? I was at a job, and it was another brother, and he was going through the same thing I was going through, and before the manager and I had bumped heads, I always thought it was just him that was going through it, and we never really spoke much, but we always give each other a nod. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? But that's what that nod represents, and he recently left, and I recently left, and it's like it was that connection we had. It was really unspoken, where it was like we didn't have to say much. The nod represented all of that, in the sense of, I don't know, I may not know your name fully, you may work in a different department as me, but
I feel you.
I feel you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Steve, man. Hey, thanks so much for coming here, giving me a minute of your time. Let the people know where they can catch you if they want to holler at you later.
Worthy Still is the company, so look out for that. Worthy Still, at Worthy Still on Instagram.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you so much, dude.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jay
Real, what's up, man?
What up?
Chilling. YouTube, I'm with my homeboy Jarrell. Me and him go way back, like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
Yes, sir.
He agreed to meet me out here so he can, share his experiences with the nod. Man, what's up with the nod, man? Have you noticed this phenomenon, this, social phenomenon between black men, from black man to black man?
Yeah, I definitely noticed it.
You know, it's something we do. You know.
Okay. Do you think it's just like a cool like social thing, like saying hi, or is there more like a cultural significance, you know, behind it?
I think so. I think it's more, has a little bit more cultural significance to it. Just for the simple fact, like living out here in Orange County, it's not too many of us. So I feel like, you know, when we do run across one of us, you know, it's kind of like a form of like respect. Like, hey, I see you. You know.
Okay, respect.
Because like in other places, like when I used to live in Louisiana, you know, it's a gang of us out there. It wasn't like that. You know, you just walk by, just, you know, you don't even have to say anything because it's like, you know, it's normal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But for me, it kind of seems like out here it happens more just because it's not, you know,
too many. So when you finally do walk by at the store somewhere and you see a brother, it's like,
it's kind of like,
let them know, hey, I see you. Exactly. Okay. All right, man. So any experiences that you've had yourself with the nod, like, you know, out there when you walking past people?
Yeah, I've had a bunch of experience. You know, I can't really pinpoint one, but you know, I've had the ones where, you know, it's kind of like you both do it, and I've had the ones where it's like, you know, you walk by someone, you give them a nod, they don't, you kind of feel some type of way. But,
so what's up with that, man? Why do you think some black folks don't even do it?
I don't know. I think it's just you know, maybe some people just ain't friendly. They just, you know, don't want to talk to nobody, you know.
Okay.
Or maybe, you know, they just got a problem with it. They just don't do it. You know.
All right, man.
I try to do it whenever someone shoots me a nod. I try to give them a nod back, but you know, some people, you know, everybody ain't the same. So.
Okay, I feel you. I've definitely had that happen to me too, where I feel a little disrespected, and I put myself out there, you know, nod to someone, and then just walk by, and be like, why is this dude talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, that was it, man. I appreciate you coming out here, chilling with me.
All right.
My brother, I'm gonna catch up with you. If I had to speculate on why it is that black people nod, it's not just simply saying hi. Obviously, not only black people nod, people of other cultures, other ethnicities will nod when they see each other. But in my opinion, there's an extra cultural significance to the nod, because it's not just a form of saying hi, but like it's a form of acknowledgement, just to acknowledge your fellow black man out and about in the world doing stuff. To put that into perspective, this is kind of where I see, and don't get me wrong, this might just be the historian in me, but if I had to speculate on how this came about, I would harken back to, you know, antebellum United States, where, you know, slavery has been abolished. African Americans are moving out of the South. They're moving into the Midwest. They're looking for industrial jobs. This is the first time ever in African American history where a black man can go and get a job and earn money. He can go walk the streets. Before that time period in slavery, if you were a black man, if you were free or a slave, if you were a black man though, wherever you went, you had to put your head down. If people were talking to you, you couldn't make eye contact. You had to be like, yes, sir. And now, you know, maybe decades after slavery has been abolished, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but it's kind of become more socially accepted for these black people to be out and about. They're walking down the street. They're gainfully employed, or even black folks who were unemployed. They were still getting dressed up in suits, sitting on the stoop, or going out, hitting the streets, trying to find work. And they were walking around, and they probably started seeing other black people like, you know, what's up, brother? Just letting them know, hey, I see you. I'm allowed to walk down the street with my head up and see another black person and say what's up without fear of retribution, without being like, hey, what are you looking at, boy, and getting jumped and beat. Now, that's not to say that still didn't happen from time to time, but it was just less of an occurrence, and it wasn't the social norm all around. That had kind of broken down a little bit. Now, fast forward into the 1920s, when the Harlem Renaissance was going down, and now there's lots of instances of black excellence where black people weren't just getting jobs being in the industrial revolution and working in a warehouse or a factory or meat packing. They were breaking into the entertainment business. They were musicians. This was the boom of jazz music, dancing, singing. Lots of famous, talented African American people were coming up at that point in time, which was obviously sparking a lot of pride in these black folks. And so I just felt like leaving that era, going into the the 40s and the 50s and the civil rights movement. Again, another time period in history where black people felt empowered. They were turning out in numbers. They were marching, doing sit-ins all across the United States. And after those key moments in time, I feel like what was left over was kind of a bonding or a sense of community or a sense of family for all black people around the United States, no matter where you came from, to the simple point that if you're a black man and you see another black man, whether you're surrounded by 100 black men or whether you guys are the minority and you're totally out of your element, you're surrounded by a bunch of Hispanic, a bunch of Asian, a bunch of white people, but you two guys, the only black people, and you make eye contact and you see each other, it's paramount that you acknowledge that with a nod. And that's just my take on it. I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't fact check or anything, but just me speculating on my understanding of history. I feel like the circumstances like that could be what, could give birth to a movement like this, to a cultural phenomenon like this. And I say black men not to exclude black women, but just in my experience, I haven't necessarily seen two black women nod and acknowledge each other as they pass by. Now, it's not to say that other people from other ethnicities don't nod, but I feel like they don't do it in the same way that two black men do when they see each other out and about.
Instead of doing a pound or a handshake, it's a simple nod. That's it.